Carrying specific items as talismans or symbols of prosperity is a practice often rooted in cultural, spiritual, or personal beliefs. While there's no scientific evidence proving that an object can directly bring financial miracles, many people find comfort, focus, and motivation by associating certain items with their financial goals. Here are some ideas. A lucky coin is a timeless symbol of prosperity and financial fortune. People across cultures and generations have attributed unique powers and significance to specific coins, often carrying them as talismans to invite luck into their lives. The origin of this practice can be traced to ancient traditions, where coins were not only a medium of exchange, but also objects imbued with spiritual and symbolic meaning. Whether it's a coin that holds sentimental value, such as one received on a special occasion like a birthday, anniversary, or career milestone, or a unique piece of foreign currency acquired during travels, these small tokens often come to represent personal stories of luck and abundance. For some, the idea of carrying a lucky coin is steeped in superstition. They believe that having a designated coin in their bag or wallet acts as a magnet for financial opportunities. This belief isn't merely about magical thinking. It's often tied to the psychological effects of carrying something meaningful. A coin that you associate with prosperity can serve as a constant reminder of your financial aspirations and a source of inspiration to take proactive steps toward achieving your goals. In Feng Shui, a practice rooted in the ancient Chinese philosophy of harmonizing energy, coins hold a special place as symbols of wealth. A popular Feng Shui charm involves carrying Chinese coins, usually round coins with a square hole in the center, tied together with a red ribbon. These coins are said to represent the union of heaven and earth, with the circular shape symbolizing heaven and the square hole representing earth. The red ribbon adds an element of protection and vitality, amplifying the coin's energy to attract financial success. By keeping these coins in your bag or wallet, you're thought to align yourself with the flow of wealth energy, inviting opportunities and financial blessings into your life. Another layer of significance can be found in the concept of gratitude and mindfulness. A lucky coin can become a focal point for practicing gratitude for the financial resources you already have. Each time you see or touch the coin, it can prompt you to reflect on the abundance in your life, shifting your mindset toward one of appreciation rather than lack. This positive mental state can, in turn, open the door to more financial opportunities as you approach challenges with optimism and creativity. The choice of a lucky coin can also be deeply personal. It might be a coin that resonates with you due to its design, historical significance, or connection to a cherished memory. For instance, some people choose coins from a specific year that marks an important event in their lives, such as the year they graduated, got married, or started a new job. Others might prefer coins from countries they dream of visiting, seeing them as symbolic steps toward fulfilling their travel or financial aspirations. Carrying a lucky coin can also be a way of connecting with cultural or family traditions. In some cultures, coins are given as blessings during significant life events, such as weddings or births. Holding on to one of these coins can serve as a link to your heritage, imbuing it with even greater meaning as a financial good luck charm. Similarly, coins passed down through generations may carry stories of perseverance and prosperity, making them powerful symbols of continuity and resilience. Incorporating a lucky coin into your daily routine is easy and unobtrusive. Unlike larger or more conspicuous charms, a coin is small enough to fit in any wallet, purse, or bag without adding weight or taking up much space. This practicality makes it an accessible and versatile option for anyone seeking to carry a physical reminder of their financial goals. Whether you're heading to work, attending a meeting, or making a significant financial decision, having your lucky coin with you can provide a subtle boost of confidence and reassurance. Ultimately, the significance of a lucky coin lies not in its material value, but in the meaning you assign to it. By choosing a coin that resonates with you and carrying it with intention, you create a personal symbol of financial success and abundance. It becomes more than just an object. It transforms into a talisman that reflects your aspirations, a touchstone for your journey toward prosperity, and a reminder of the power of focus and belief in achieving your financial dreams. Citrine, often referred to as the merchant's stone, holds a unique position in the realm of crystals due to its strong association with wealth, success, and prosperity. This golden yellow variety of quartz is celebrated not only for its radiant beauty, but also for the energy it is believed to carry. Across various cultures and spiritual practices, citrine is regarded as a powerful tool for manifesting abundance and achieving financial goals. It is said to emanate an uplifting and positive vibration, which can encourage confidence, clarity, and a sense of purpose in those who carry it. The connection between citrine and financial prosperity stems from its reputation as a crystal of manifestation. Many people who work with crystals believe that citrine has the ability to amplify intentions, making it an excellent companion for anyone focused on attracting wealth or creating opportunities for success. By carrying a small piece of citrine in your bag, wallet, or pocket, you are thought to align yourself with its energy, serving as a constant reminder of your financial goals. This act isn't purely about mysticism. It ties into the psychological power of setting clear intentions. When you associate an object with your aspirations, it keeps those goals at the forefront of your mind, inspiring you to take meaningful action toward achieving them. Citrine's golden hue is also symbolic of the energy of the sun, which is associated with vitality, growth, and positivity. In this way, citrine is believed to clear away negative energies or self-doubt that might hinder financial progress. Those who use citrine as a talisman often describe feeling more motivated and optimistic, qualities that are essential for navigating challenges and seizing opportunities in the financial realm. The stone is thought to work on an energetic level to dissolve fear or scarcity mindsets, replacing them with a sense of confidence and a belief in abundance. Another aspect of citrine's appeal lies in its reputed ability to attract not just money, but also opportunities. The stone is associated with entrepreneurial success and is often recommended to business owners and those pursuing ambitious financial goals. Its nickname, the Merchant's Stone, highlights this connection, as it has historically been placed in cash registers or kept by merchants as a charm to encourage sales and profitability. For individuals who carry citrine in their bag, it becomes a portable version of this tradition, symbolizing their readiness to welcome new opportunities and achieve success. Citrine is also linked to the solar plexus chakra, which is the energy center associated with personal power, self-esteem, and confidence. By carrying citrine, you may feel a subtle yet significant boost in these areas, which can have a direct impact on your financial journey. When you feel empowered and self-assured, you are more likely to take calculated risks, negotiate effectively, and pursue your goals with determination. This alignment of energy and intention can create a ripple effect, leading to tangible financial outcomes over time. For many, citrine serves as a grounding tool in moments of financial stress or uncertainty. Holding or simply being near the stone is believed to promote feelings of calm and clarity, helping you to approach financial decisions with a clear and focused mind. This calming effect is particularly valuable in today's fast-paced world where financial challenges can often feel overwhelming. By carrying citrine, you create a sense of balance and stability, which can help you navigate financial situations with greater ease and confidence. Citrine's versatility and accessibility make it an appealing choice for anyone seeking a tangible connection to their financial aspirations. The stone is available in a variety of sizes and forms, from polished tumbled stones to raw crystal points, making it easy to find one that fits comfortably in your bag or wallet. Its warm, golden color adds a touch of brightness to your everyday life, serving as a visual reminder of your commitment to achieving financial success. The process of selecting a piece of citrine can also be a meaningful experience, whether you purchase it from a crystal shop, receive it as a gift, or discover it during a special moment. The act of choosing your stone allows you to establish a personal connection with it. Some people find that they are intuitively drawn to a particular piece of citrine, as though it resonates with their energy or intentions. Once chosen, this stone becomes a symbol of your financial journey, a companion that you carry with you as you work toward your goals. Caring for your citrine is another way to deepen its significance in your life. Many people who work with crystals recommend periodically cleansing them to ensure they continue to function at their highest potential. Citrine is said to be a self-cleansing stone, meaning it does not absorb negative energy as easily as other crystals, but giving it a quick refresh under sunlight or rinsing it with clean water can help maintain its vibrancy. This act of care can also serve as a moment to reaffirm your financial intentions, reinforcing the connection between your actions and your goals. Ultimately, the value of carrying citrine lies in the meaning and intention you attach to it. Whether you view it as a tool for harnessing universal energy, a psychological anchor for your aspirations, or simply a beautiful object that brings you joy, citrine becomes a symbol of your commitment to financial abundance. It serves as a daily reminder to stay focused, optimistic, and proactive in your pursuit of wealth and success. Green aventurine is widely regarded as one of the luckiest crystals, especially in matters of wealth, prosperity, and success. Its vibrant green color resonates with the energies of growth, opportunity, and abundance, making it a popular choice for those seeking financial miracles or a boost in their career paths. Carrying a piece of green aventurine in your bag is thought to align you with the energies of luck and fortune, helping to open doors to opportunities that might otherwise remain unseen. This belief is deeply rooted in the crystal's association with positive energy and its ability to foster a sense of readiness to seize opportunities as they arise. The green hue of aventurine is reminiscent of the lush vitality of nature, symbolizing growth, renewal, and the potential for flourishing in every aspect of life. When applied to financial matters, this symbolism extends to the idea of investments growing steadily, business ventures thriving, and personal financial goals becoming more attainable. Those who carry green aventurine often describe it as a stone that encourages them to take calculated risks, approach challenges with optimism, and recognize the potential for success even in situations that initially seem daunting. Green aventurine is also known as a stone of opportunity, believed to attract luck in competitive situations. This makes it particularly appealing for individuals engaged in negotiations, job interviews, or business deals. By carrying this crystal, many feel a boost in their confidence and decisiveness, which can be crucial when navigating high-stakes financial scenarios. It's not just about external luck. Green aventurine is thought to work internally as well, enhancing your ability to make wise decisions and spot favorable opportunities. Another reason green aventurine is often carried as a financial talisman is its reputed ability to clear away energetic blockages that may hinder success. These blockages could stem from negative thought patterns, fears, or self-doubt, all of which can create barriers to achieving financial goals. Green aventurine is said to dissolve these mental and emotional obstacles, replacing them with a sense of optimism, creativity, and perseverance. This shift in mindset can have a profound effect, as it encourages proactive behaviors and a willingness to explore new opportunities, both of which are essential for financial growth. In addition to its role as a stone of luck, green aventurine is closely linked to the heart chakra, the energy center associated with love, compassion, and emotional balance. This connection adds another layer of meaning to its use as a financial charm. While wealth and prosperity are often viewed in material terms, green aventurine encourages a more holistic perspective, reminding you to pursue financial goals in alignment with your personal values and emotional well-being. By promoting a sense of balance, it can help ensure that your financial pursuits contribute to your overall happiness and fulfillment rather than becoming a source of stress or conflict. Green aventurine's calming energy is another reason people choose to carry it. Financial decisions and challenges often come with a significant amount of pressure, which can cloud judgment and lead to anxiety. Holding or carrying green aventurine is believed to provide a soothing effect, helping to maintain a sense of calm and focus even in high-pressure situations. This clarity of mind can be invaluable when making important decisions, whether it's choosing where to invest, negotiating terms, or managing financial setbacks. The practicality of green aventurine as a financial talisman is also worth noting. It is a durable and affordable crystal that can easily be carried in a pocket, wallet, or bag. Its compact size and vibrant appearance make it a convenient and discreet way to keep a symbol of luck and prosperity close at hand. Many people also choose to pair green aventurine with other prosperity stones, such as citrine or pyrite, to create a more comprehensive energy of abundance and success. For those who enjoy rituals or affirmations, green aventurine can be integrated into practices that reinforce financial intentions. For example, some individuals like to hold the crystal while visualizing their financial goals, imagining the steps they will take to achieve them, and feeling gratitude for the opportunities that will come their way. Carrying the stone afterward acts as a physical reminder of this intention, helping to keep financial aspirations at the forefront of their thoughts and actions. Green aventurine also holds appeal for those who enjoy its aesthetic qualities. Its soft green color has a natural, soothing quality that many find visually uplifting. Whether polished into a smooth, tumbled stone or left in its raw form, the crystal exudes an organic beauty that makes it a joy to carry and a source of inspiration throughout the day. Its visual connection to nature can also serve as a reminder of the cycles of growth and renewal, encouraging patience and persistence in the pursuit of financial success. For people who work in fields requiring creativity or innovation, green aventurine is believed to stimulate the imagination and encourage out-of-the-box thinking. This makes it a particularly valuable companion for entrepreneurs, artists, or anyone who relies on creative problem-solving to achieve financial success. Carrying the stone may inspire new ideas or perspectives, enabling you to approach financial challenges with greater resourcefulness and ingenuity. Ultimately, the power of green aventurine lies in its ability to act as both a symbol and a tool for attracting financial prosperity. Whether you view it as a conduit for universal energy, a psychological anchor, or simply a beautiful object with personal significance, green aventurine becomes a meaningful part of your journey toward financial success. By carrying it with intention and staying open to the opportunities it represents, you create a mindset and environment that supports the manifestation of your financial goals. A manifestation card or note is a highly personal and impactful tool for channeling focus, clarity, and energy toward your financial goals. This simple yet profound practice involves writing down a positive affirmation, a financial goal, or a heartfelt intention on a piece of paper and carrying it with you wherever you go. The act of creating and keeping this card is not just about the words written on it. It's about imbuing those words with meaning, belief, and determination. It serves as a constant reminder of what you are striving for, keeping your aspirations vivid and ever present in your daily life. The process of creating a manifestation card begins with clarity. Writing down your financial goal or affirmation forces you to crystallize your desires into a clear and actionable statement. Instead of vague wishes like, "I want more money," the process encourages you to define exactly what you want, why you want it, and how it will improve your life. For example, you might write something like, I am attracting $10,000 in new income this year to support my family and achieve financial stability. This specificity helps to direct your subconscious mind toward recognizing opportunities and taking actions aligned with that goal. The words you choose for your manifestation card are vital as they carry the energy of your intention. Positive language is essential as it frames your goal as something that is already achievable or even already happening. By phrasing your statement in the present tense, such as, "I am financially abundant and attract wealth effortlessly," you signal to your mind and the universe that this reality is possible. This approach taps into the psychological principle of affirmation, which can help rewire negative thought patterns and replace them with a mindset of abundance and confidence. The act of carrying the manifestation card with you creates a physical connection to your goal. Every time you see or touch the card, it reinforces your focus and reminds you of your intentions. This small but significant ritual can have a profound impact on your mindset, helping you to stay motivated and aligned with your financial objectives. It becomes a portable symbol of your commitment to achieving your dreams. No matter where you are or what challenges you face, a manifestation card is not just about what is written, it's also about how you engage with it. Many people choose to pair their card with a daily practice, such as reading the affirmation out loud, visualizing the desired outcome, or meditating on the feeling of achieving their goal. These practices amplify the power of the card, creating a deeper emotional and mental connection to the vision it represents. For example, if your card states, "I am building a successful business that provides financial freedom," you might spend a few moments each morning imagining yourself running that thriving business, feeling the pride, security, and joy that come with it. Some people enhance the energy of their manifestation card by incorporating additional elements, such as symbols, images, or even small drawings. Adding these visual or artistic touches can make the card feel even more personal and meaningful. For example, you might include a sketch of a dollar sign, a small picture of your dream home, or even a symbol of success that resonates with you. These elements can serve as powerful visual cues, helping to anchor your mind to the reality you are working to create. The placement of your manifestation card is another consideration that can enhance its effectiveness. While many choose to carry it in a wallet, purse, or bag, others may place it in a dedicated spot, such as a vision board, journal, or a special altar at home. Some even create multiple copies of the card to keep in different places, ensuring they are always reminded of their goal throughout the day. Carrying the card physically, however, has the added benefit of creating a tangible link between your intentions and your daily actions, as it becomes a part of your routine and environment. Over time, the manifestation card can evolve along with your goals and aspirations. As you achieve milestones or shift your focus, you can update the card to reflect your new intentions. This ongoing process keeps you engaged with your goals and reminds you of the progress you have made. For example, if your original goal was to save a certain amount of money, you might revise the card to focus on investing that money or using it to achieve a new dream. Each iteration of the card becomes a record of your journey, a testament to your growth and success. The manifestation card is also a tool for cultivating gratitude, an essential element in the process of attracting abundance. By expressing thanks for what you already have, whether it's financial stability, a supportive network, or opportunities on the horizon, you shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of appreciation. This positive shift can help you notice and attract even more opportunities for growth and prosperity. For instance, adding a line to your card that says, "I am grateful for the abundance already present in my life," reinforces this mindset and aligns your energy with the flow of financial success. For those who enjoy combining spirituality with practicality, the manifestation card can be infused with rituals or symbolic gestures. You might choose to place the card under a candle during a moment of meditation, or fold it around a small crystal like citrine or green aventurine to amplify its energy. These acts, though simple, can add layers of meaning and intention to your practice, creating a deeper connection to your financial goals. Ultimately, the power of a manifestation card lies in its ability to focus your energy and intention on what truly matters. By carrying this small yet powerful reminder of your financial dreams, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your aspirations. It becomes a tool for empowerment, helping you to maintain clarity, stay motivated, and take inspired steps toward the financial miracles you seek. The card serves as a bridge between the life you currently have and the abundant future you are creating, offering guidance, encouragement, and a constant reminder that your goals are within reach. Carrying a small plant or seed in your bag as a symbol of financial growth is a practice rich in metaphor and meaning. The seed, often seen as a universal symbol of potential, encapsulates the idea that great things can grow from humble beginnings with the right care and attention. When carried with intention, it serves as a reminder that financial prosperity, like a flourishing plant, requires nurturing, patience, and consistent effort. This simple yet profound concept makes seeds or small plants powerful talismans for those seeking to cultivate financial success. The act of carrying a seed symbolizes the beginning of a journey. A seed is a tiny, seemingly insignificant object, yet it holds within it the potential to grow into something vast and life-sustaining. This mirrors the process of building financial prosperity, where small actions and decisions, saving a few dollars, investing wisely, or learning a new skill, can eventually lead to significant wealth and stability. Every time you see or feel the seed in your bag, it can serve as a powerful reminder that your efforts, no matter how small they may seem at the moment, are contributing to a greater outcome. Seeds are also deeply tied to the idea of intention setting. When you decide to carry a seed, you are making a conscious choice to align yourself with the principles of growth, abundance, and renewal. The specific type of seed you choose can add another layer of meaning. For instance, a bamboo seed represents resilience and rapid growth, while a sunflower seed symbolizes positivity and abundance. Some people may even choose seeds from plants that have personal or cultural significance, such as money plant seeds, which are believed to attract financial prosperity in many traditions. Carrying a seed in your bag also aligns with the natural cycles of growth and change. Just as seeds require the right conditions, soil, water, sunlight, and time to sprout and flourish, financial success is often the result of creating the right environment and consistently putting in the necessary work. The seed becomes a metaphor for this process, reminding you to be patient and trust that your efforts will bear fruit when the time is right. It encourages you to focus on what you can control, such as learning, planning, and taking actionable steps, while letting go of worries about factors beyond your influence. The symbolism of a seed extends beyond financial growth to encompass broader themes of potential and transformation. A seed's journey from dormancy to germination reflects the idea that even in moments of stagnation or challenge, there is always the possibility of new beginnings and opportunities. This can be a particularly comforting and motivating thought during times of financial uncertainty or difficulty. The seed becomes a source of hope, reminding you that every situation, no matter how challenging, carries within it the potential for growth and renewal. For those who prefer a more tangible representation of growth, carrying a small portable plant such as lucky bamboo or a sprig of money plant can also serve as a daily reminder of financial aspirations. Plants are living symbols of abundance and vitality, and their presence can have a calming and uplifting effect. Seeing the plant thrive reinforces the idea that your financial goals, too, can flourish with the right care and attention. A small plant can also serve as a conversation starter, allowing you to share your aspirations and intentions with others. which can further solidify your commitment to achieving them. The process of choosing and preparing your seed or plant can be a meaningful ritual in itself. You might start by selecting a seed that resonates with your goals, such as a seed from a plant known for its hardiness, beauty, or productivity. Once chosen, you could hold the seed in your hands, reflecting on your financial intentions and visualizing the growth and success you wish to achieve. By imbuing the seed with your thoughts and energy, you create a personal connection to it, transforming it into a symbol of your aspirations. Some people enhance the practice by pairing the seed with affirmations or prayers. For example, as you place the seed in your bag, you might say, "This seed represents the growth of my financial abundance. I nurture it with my actions, and I trust it will flourish in its own time." These words serve to reinforce your intentions and create a sense of mindfulness around your financial journey. Caring for a seed or small plant can also be a way to develop habits and skills that are essential for financial success. Just as a plant requires regular watering and attention to thrive, your financial goals require consistent effort and care. The act of tending to a plant can serve as a daily reminder to stay disciplined and proactive in your financial life, whether that means budgeting, saving, investing, or learning new strategies for wealth building. Another powerful aspect of carrying a seed or plant is its connection to gratitude. Seeds and plants remind us of the abundance inherent in nature and the cycles of giving and receiving that sustain life. By carrying a seed, you cultivate a sense of gratitude for the resources and opportunities you already have, which can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. This positive outlook can, in turn, attract more opportunities for growth and prosperity into your life. The seed or plant you carry may also have a unique story or significance, adding a personal dimension to its symbolism. Perhaps it was a gift from someone you care about, a memento from a meaningful trip, or a representation of a dream you've held for years. These connections deepen the seed's value as a talisman, making it not just a generic symbol, but a deeply personal one that reflects your journey, values, and aspirations. Ultimately, carrying a seed or small plant in your bag is a practice that combines simplicity, symbolism, and mindfulness. It serves as a constant reminder of the potential within you and the possibilities that lie ahead. Whether you see it as a spiritual tool, a psychological anchor, or simply a beautiful and meaningful object, the seed represents the power of small beginnings, the importance of nurturing your goals, and the promise of growth and abundance. By keeping it close, you align yourself with the energy of creation and transformation, reinforcing your commitment to cultivating the financial miracles you seek. Carrying a small vial of essential oils in your bag can be a subtle yet powerful way to attract financial success and maintain a positive mindset. Essential oils have been used for centuries in various cultures for their therapeutic, spiritual, and symbolic properties. When it comes to fostering prosperity and abundance, specific oils like cinnamon, patchouli, basil, and orange are often associated with wealth and success. By carrying these oils with you, you can create a portable ritual that not only enhances your sense of well-being, but also helps you stay focused on your financial goals. Cinnamon essential oil, for instance, is often regarded as a warming and energizing oil that symbolizes wealth, success, and motivation. Its spicy, rich aroma is thought to stimulate the senses and ignite a sense of determination and confidence. In many traditions, cinnamon is considered a magnet for money and opportunities, making it a popular choice for those seeking financial growth. Carrying a small vial of cinnamon oil in your bag allows you to access its invigorating scent whenever you need a boost of energy or a reminder of your financial aspirations. A quick whiff of this oil can serve as a grounding ritual, helping you refocus on your goals and approach challenges with renewed enthusiasm. Patchouli essential oil, with its earthy and grounding aroma, is another popular choice for promoting financial abundance. This oil is often associated with attracting prosperity and maintaining stability in financial matters. Its rich, musky scent is believed to foster a sense of security and confidence, which can be particularly valuable during times of financial stress or uncertainty. By carrying patchouli oil with you, you can use it as a tool to stay calm and centered, ensuring that you make thoughtful and deliberate decisions about your finances. The oil's grounding properties can help you maintain clarity and composure, even in high-pressure situations, which is essential for achieving long-term financial success. Orange essential oil, known for its bright and uplifting aroma, is often linked to positivity, creativity, and abundance. This oil is thought to bring a sense of joy and optimism, which can help you attract opportunities and approach financial matters with a fresh perspective. Carrying a vial of orange oil in your bag can serve as a reminder to stay open to new ideas and possibilities. When you're faced with a financial challenge or feeling stuck, the cheerful scent of orange oil can inspire you to think outside the box and find innovative solutions. Its energizing qualities can also help combat fatigue or discouragement, keeping you motivated and focused on your goals. Basil essential oil is another powerful ally for those seeking financial growth. Known for its fresh and herbaceous scent, basil is often associated with clarity, focus, and mental strength. This oil is believed to enhance decision-making and attract good fortune, making it a valuable tool for navigating complex financial situations. By carrying basil oil with you, you can use its scent as a mental reset whenever you need to make an important choice or evaluate an opportunity. The oil's crisp aroma can help sharpen your focus and boost your confidence, enabling you to approach financial matters with a clear and decisive mind. Combining essential oils can also create a customized blend that resonates with your unique goals and preferences. For example, a mix of cinnamon and orange oils can create an energizing and abundance-focused blend, while patchouli and basil oils can offer a more grounding and clarity-enhancing combination. By experimenting with different oils and blends, you can find the perfect formula that aligns with your intentions and supports your financial journey. The act of carrying essential oils is more than just a practical way to access their scents. It is also a symbolic gesture that reinforces your commitment to achieving financial success. Each time you reach for the vial, you are reminded of your intentions and the actions you need to take to manifest your goals. The oils become a tactile and olfactory anchor, helping you stay connected to your aspirations throughout the day. In addition to their symbolic value, essential oils offer tangible benefits for your mental and emotional well-being. Many of the oils associated with prosperity, such as cinnamon and orange, also have mood-boosting properties that can help combat stress and anxiety. This dual function makes them particularly valuable for those navigating the ups and downs of financial life. By promoting a sense of calm and positivity, essential oils can help you maintain the mindset needed to persevere through challenges and stay focused on your long-term goals. Carrying essential oils can also serve as a discreet and portable ritual. Unlike more visible talismans or symbols, a small vial of oil can easily fit in your bag or pocket, allowing you to engage with it whenever and wherever you need. Whether you're in the middle of a meeting, waiting for an important call, or simply reflecting on your financial goals, a quick sniff of your chosen oil can help you recenter and realign with your intentions. For some, this moment of connection becomes a cherished part of their daily routine, offering a sense of stability and purpose. For those who enjoy blending spirituality with practicality, essential oils can be integrated into larger rituals or practices. For example, you might pair the use of essential oils with affirmations, visualization exercises, or meditation sessions focused on financial abundance. Applying a drop of oil to your wrists or temples while repeating an affirmation, such as "I am open to receiving wealth and opportunities," can enhance the ritual and deepen your connection to your goals. Similarly, diffusing the oils in your workspace or home can create an environment that supports productivity and success. Another way to enhance the impact of carrying essential oils is to associate them with specific financial goals or milestones. For instance, you might use cinnamon oil when setting a new savings target, orange oil when brainstorming creative ideas, or patchouli oil when reviewing investments. By linking each oil to a particular intention or activity, you create a system of cues that reinforces your focus and motivation. Over time, the scents can become powerful triggers for action, helping you stay on track and make progress toward your financial aspirations. Ultimately, carrying essential oils in your bag is a practice that combines sensory pleasure, symbolic meaning, and practical benefits. Whether you view them as tools for attracting abundance, enhancing your mindset, or simply providing a moment of calm in a busy day, essential oils can be a valuable companion on your financial journey. They serve as a reminder that success is not just about external achievements, but also about cultivating the right internal state, one of positivity, focus, and belief in your ability to create the prosperous future you desire. A red envelope is a powerful symbol of prosperity, good fortune, and abundance, particularly in many Asian cultures where it plays a central role in traditions and celebrations. Known as Hongbao in Chinese culture and often given during special occasions like Lunar New Year, weddings, and birthdays, the red envelope is believed to carry blessings of wealth and good luck. The red color itself is deeply symbolic, representing joy, energy, and prosperity, while also warding off negativity and misfortune. By carrying a red envelope in your bag, you can tap into these cultural and spiritual associations, aligning yourself with the flow of financial abundance and positive energy. The practice of using red envelopes as a financial charm is rooted in the idea that they serve as a vessel for intentions, blessings, and wealth. Traditionally, red envelopes contain money, symbolizing a gift of prosperity from one person to another. However, in a personal context, you can adapt this tradition by using the envelope as a place to hold your financial intentions or as a talisman to attract wealth. For instance, you might place a small amount of money, such as a single high-value bill, inside the envelope as a symbolic gesture of abundance. By keeping this envelope with you, you are reminded of your financial goals and the prosperity you are working to cultivate. Carrying a red envelope can also be a form of mindfulness. The act of selecting and preparing the envelope allows you to focus on your financial intentions in a deliberate and meaningful way. You might choose a red envelope with a design or message that resonates with you, such as one featuring symbols of wealth like gold coins, dragons, or auspicious phrases. By personalizing the envelope, you create a tangible representation of your financial aspirations, making it a powerful tool for visualization and manifestation. The red envelope's portability adds to its appeal as a financial charm. It is small and lightweight, making it easy to carry in your bag, wallet, or even a pocket. This convenience allows you to keep the envelope close at all times, serving as a constant reminder of your financial intentions. Whether you're making a purchase, reviewing your budget, or considering a new opportunity, the envelope can act as a quiet but powerful motivator, encouraging you to stay aligned with your goals. Another way to use the red envelope is as a container for affirmations or written intentions. Instead of money, you might place a note inside the envelope with a statement such as, "I am attracting wealth and opportunities with ease," or "My financial abundance is growing every day." The act of writing down your intentions and placing them in the envelope helps to solidify your commitment to achieving those goals. Each time you see or touch the envelope, it serves as a reminder to stay focused and positive about your financial journey. In addition to its symbolic value, the red envelope carries a sense of tradition and continuity that can be deeply inspiring. By using this timeless symbol of prosperity, you connect yourself to a rich history of cultural practices that celebrate abundance and generosity. This connection can bring a sense of purpose and reverence to your financial pursuits, reminding you that wealth is not just about personal gain, but also about sharing blessings and creating opportunities for others. For those who are drawn to rituals and practices that amplify intention, the red envelope can be incorporated into ceremonies or meditative exercises. For example, you might hold the envelope in your hands while visualizing your financial goals, imagining the steps you'll take to achieve them and feeling gratitude for the opportunities already present in your life. Some people even combine the use of the envelope with the energy of crystals or essential oils, placing a small crystal like citron or a few drops of oil like patchouli inside to enhance its energetic properties. This layering of symbolism and intention can make the red envelope an even more powerful tool for manifesting abundance. The red envelope is also versatile enough to evolve with your financial goals. As you achieve milestones or shift your focus, you can update the contents of the envelope to reflect your current intentions. For instance, you might start by placing a small amount of money inside as a symbol of financial security, then replace it with a higher denomination as your wealth grows. Alternatively, you might swap out affirmations or written intentions as your goals change, ensuring that the envelope remains relevant and meaningful throughout your financial journey. Another layer of meaning can be added by associating the red envelope with gratitude. In traditional practices, receiving a red envelope is a gesture of generosity and good wishes, often accompanied by expressions of thanks. By carrying a red envelope, you can use it as a tool to cultivate gratitude for the financial resources and opportunities already available to you. Each time you interact with the envelope, you might take a moment to reflect on the blessings in your life, reinforcing a mindset of abundance that can attract even more prosperity. The physical presence of a red envelope can also serve as a subtle yet effective reminder of your financial discipline and priorities. In moments of temptation or indecision, seeing the envelope might prompt you to think twice about impulsive spending or unaligned choices. This gentle nudge can help you stay on track with your budget and financial plans, ensuring that your actions are consistent with your long-term goals. Ultimately, the power of the red envelope lies in its ability to blend tradition, symbolism, and intention into a single, meaningful object. Whether you use it to hold money, affirmations, or simply as a visual cue, the envelope becomes a personal talisman that supports your financial aspirations. Its vibrant color and rich cultural significance make it a standout symbol of prosperity, while its adaptability allows you to customize its use to fit your unique goals and preferences. By carrying a red envelope in your bag, you invite the energies of wealth, good fortune, and success into your life, creating a constant reminder that your financial dreams are within reach. In the journey toward financial abundance, the tools and symbols we choose to carry with us are more than mere objects. They are reminders of our intentions, our focus, and our belief in the power of possibility. Whether it's a lucky coin, a seed of potential, a vial of energizing essential oil, or a red envelope brimming with tradition and purpose, each item becomes a quiet yet steadfast companion on the path to prosperity. These small, meaningful gestures act as anchors, keeping us grounded and inspired as we navigate the complexities of financial growth. They remind us that abundance is not just a destination, but a mindset, a combination of consistent effort, gratitude, and the courage to dream big. By intentionally carrying symbols of wealth and success, we align ourselves with the energy of opportunity and prepare to welcome the miracles that await. So, pack your bag with purpose, infuse your days with intention, and trust in the power of small actions to create extraordinary outcomes. Your financial miracles are not just a matter of luck. They are the result of your focus, your belief, and your unwavering commitment to making your dreams a reality. The journey is yours to create, and the possibilities are endless. Let your symbols guide you, and watch as abundance flows into every corner of your life. Siddhartha Gautama's journey from a sheltered prince to the enlightened Buddha is one of the most profound spiritual stories in history. His quest to understand and overcome suffering led him to deep insights that have shaped the teachings of Buddhism for over 2,500 years. In this exploration, we dive into his life after enlightenment, where he shared his wisdom and compassion with the world, offering a path to peace, liberation, and inner transformation. Join us as we explore this remarkable journey. Siddhartha Gautama, who later became known as the Buddha, was born into a life of immense privilege. His birth into the royal family of the Shakya clan around 563 BCE marked him as someone destined for great things. His father, King Suddhodana, ruled over a small but prosperous kingdom located near the foothills of the Himalayas, in what is now Lumbini, Nepal. Siddhartha's mother, Queen Maya, is said to have had a remarkable dream before his birth, where a white elephant carrying a lotus flower entered her womb. This dream was interpreted by wise sages as a sign that her son would either become a great king or a revered spiritual leader. With this prophecy in mind, his father sought to ensure that Siddhartha would follow the path of a king, not that of a spiritual leader, by carefully controlling the environment in which his son grew up. The story of Siddhartha's early life is often depicted in a way that emphasizes the stark contrast between his initial surroundings and the profound spiritual journey he would later embark on. From birth, Siddhartha was surrounded by the finest comforts. His father, determined to shield him from any form of suffering or hardship, went to great lengths to create a bubble of pleasure and luxury around him. Siddhartha was kept within the confines of the royal palace, where he was provided with everything a prince could desire: exquisite food, lavish clothing, and all the entertainment he could ask for. He was also surrounded by beauty, comfort, and wealth, ensuring that his every need was met and that he would not have to experience the difficulties of life outside the palace walls. This upbringing, although luxurious, was incredibly sheltered. The young prince was unaware of the realities of the world beyond the palace. King Suddhodana believed that if Siddhartha remained ignorant of the pain and suffering that existed in the world, he would have no reason to turn away from the life of a ruler. The king envisioned a future where Siddhartha would assume the throne, expand the kingdom's wealth and power, and continue the royal lineage. With this goal in mind, Suddhodana provided Siddhartha with the best education possible, ensuring he was well versed in governance, military tactics, and philosophy. Everything was done to prepare him for the day he would assume leadership of the kingdom. As Siddhartha grew, he exhibited signs of both intelligence and compassion, qualities that set him apart even in his youth. However, despite his outward success and the privileges of his position, there was something within him that remained unsatisfied. Even though he was surrounded by luxury, he began to feel a sense of restlessness, a nagging curiosity about the world outside the palace walls. This growing curiosity, along with an inherent sensitivity to the suffering of others, would soon propel him toward a journey that would change the course of his life and, ultimately, the lives of millions. At the age of 16, Siddhartha married his cousin Yasodhara, a beautiful and virtuous woman from a noble family. Together, they shared a deep bond, and soon they had a son named Rahula. From the outside, it seemed that Siddhartha had everything anyone could want: a loving family, immense wealth, and the promise of future power. However, these external markers of success and happiness did little to soothe the discontent that was growing within him. His desire to understand the deeper truths of life and the purpose of human existence began to outweigh the comfort provided by his royal status. Despite the efforts of his father to keep him isolated from the outside world, Siddhartha eventually ventured beyond the palace walls. These outings, known as the Four Sights, would mark a turning point in his life and set him on the path toward enlightenment. The first sight he encountered was an old man, frail and hunched over, struggling with the ravages of age. Siddhartha had never seen old age before, and he was struck by the realization that this was the fate awaiting everyone, regardless of their wealth or status. This discovery opened his eyes to the impermanence of youth and the inevitability of aging. The second sight Siddhartha witnessed was a sick person racked with pain and suffering. He had never been exposed to illness before, and the sight of a body weakened by disease disturbed him deeply. He realized that sickness was a part of life that could afflict anyone, regardless of their circumstances. It was another reminder that suffering was an inescapable aspect of human existence, something that no amount of wealth or privilege could shield him from. The third sight was even more unsettling for Siddhartha. He encountered a corpse lying lifeless by the side of the road. Death, something he had been completely shielded from, was now staring him in the face. The sight of the dead body filled him with a deep sense of sorrow and confusion. He began to grapple with the reality that all beings, no matter how powerful or wealthy, would one day face death. This realization, that death was the ultimate fate for everyone, deeply shook Siddhartha to his core. It was an undeniable truth that no one could escape, and it brought into sharp focus the transient nature of life. The final sight, however, offered a glimmer of hope amidst the sorrow and despair. Siddhartha encountered a wandering ascetic, a holy man who had renounced the pleasures of the world in search of spiritual truth. Despite the hardships that the ascetic endured, he appeared peaceful and content. This sight inspired Siddhartha, showing him that there might be a way to transcend the suffering of the world and find inner peace. The ascetic's life of simplicity and spiritual pursuit struck a chord with Siddhartha, igniting a desire within him to seek a deeper understanding of life and to find a solution to the suffering he had witnessed. These four encounters, old age, sickness, death, and the ascetic, had a profound effect on Siddhartha. They shattered the illusion of permanence and comfort that he had lived under for so long and made him aware of the universal nature of suffering. No longer could he remain content with the sheltered life of a prince, insulated from the pain and hardship that were part of the human condition. He realized that the pleasures of the palace, while enjoyable, were ultimately fleeting and could not provide lasting satisfaction. Instead, they distracted from the deeper truths of life and obscured the path to true liberation. At the age of 29, Siddhartha made the bold and courageous decision to leave behind his royal life. He renounced his wealth, his title, and even his family in order to pursue a life of spiritual seeking. This act of renunciation, known as the Great Departure, was not an easy choice for Siddhartha. He loved his wife Yasodhara and his young son Rahula, but his desire to understand the nature of suffering and to find a path to freedom was stronger. He knew that in order to achieve enlightenment and help others do the same, he would need to leave behind the life of luxury and comfort that had kept him insulated from the truth. Siddhartha's decision to leave the palace was a turning point in his life. It marked the beginning of his journey as a seeker of truth and a renunciant. Dressed in the simple robes of an ascetic, with nothing more than a begging bowl, he set off into the world to find answers to the questions that had been plaguing him. His goal was to discover the root cause of human suffering and to find a way to overcome it, not just for himself, but for all beings. This renunciation was not just a physical act, it was also a symbolic one. By leaving behind the trappings of wealth and power, Siddhartha was letting go of his attachment to material things and the egoic sense of self that is tied to worldly success. He understood that true liberation could not be found through external possessions or achievements, but through an inner transformation of the mind and heart. His journey would lead him to study with various teachers, practice intense austerities, and eventually find the middle way, a path that avoids both extreme self-indulgence and extreme self-denial. As he set out on his spiritual journey, Siddhartha was filled with a sense of purpose and determination. He had left behind a life of comfort in search of something far more meaningful, the truth about existence, suffering, and the path to enlightenment. This journey would be long and difficult, filled with challenges and moments of doubt, but it was one that Siddhartha was fully committed to. He was no longer just a prince. He had become a seeker, driven by a deep desire to understand the mysteries of life and to find a way to transcend the suffering that binds all beings. The story of Siddhartha Gautama's early life is one of contrasts. On one hand, he was born into a life of extraordinary privilege and wealth, surrounded by comfort and luxury. On the other hand, this very privilege created a barrier between him and the realities of the world, preventing him from seeing the suffering that is inherent in human existence. It was only when he ventured beyond the palace walls and encountered the four sights that he began to understand the true nature of life and the impermanence of all things. These experiences set him on a path of renunciation and spiritual seeking, a journey that would ultimately lead him to enlightenment and to becoming the Buddha, the awakened one. Siddhartha's renunciation of his princely life serves as a powerful reminder of the limitations of material wealth and external success. No matter how much comfort or pleasure one has, it cannot protect us from the realities of aging, sickness, and death. True happiness, Siddhartha realized, could not be found in the fleeting pleasures of the world, but in the deeper understanding of the mind and the nature of reality. This realization would guide him as he embarked on his spiritual journey, eventually leading him to discover the path to liberation from suffering. As Siddhartha Gautama began his journey outside the palace walls, he encountered what are now famously known as the four sights, moments of revelation that forever altered his understanding of life and its inherent suffering. These encounters would set the stage for the profound spiritual journey that would lead him to enlightenment. Before these moments, Siddhartha had been carefully protected by his father from the harsher realities of life. His existence within the palace had been one of opulence and ease, a carefully curated life in which he was shielded from suffering, pain, and hardship. However, these first encounters with old age, sickness, death, and renunciation opened his eyes to the impermanence of life, and they awakened within him a deep desire to understand the root causes of suffering and how it could be overcome. The first of these encounters was with an old man. As Siddhartha rode out of the palace on a chariot, he saw for the first time an elderly man, frail and bent with age, leaning on a walking stick for support. The sight of the man's wrinkled skin, his slow and labored movements, and his evident weakness deeply unsettled Siddhartha. Having lived in a world where youth and vitality were prized and ever present, the reality of aging had been hidden from him. This encounter made Siddhartha realize that no one could escape the inevitability of aging. Youth was not permanent, and time would eventually diminish the strength and beauty of every living being. For the first time, Siddhartha became acutely aware that he too would grow old, and that aging was not something that wealth or power could prevent. The experience of seeing old age filled Siddhartha with a deep sense of sorrow and existential questioning. He began to wonder about the purpose of life, if aging was an unavoidable part of it. The luxurious life he had been leading suddenly seemed hollow in light of this new understanding. What was the point of indulgence and pleasure, he asked himself, if all beings were destined to experience the decline of the body and mind? The sight of the old man was a powerful reminder of the impermanence of life, and it awakened in Siddhartha a desire to seek answers to the profound questions now forming in his mind. The second encounter Siddhartha had during his journey beyond the palace was with a sick person. While traveling through the streets, he came across a man who was clearly suffering from illness. The man's body was emaciated, his face contorted with pain, and he was coughing and wheezing as if struggling to breathe. Siddhartha was struck by the intensity of the man's suffering, and he was once again filled with a sense of unease. The concept of sickness was foreign to him, as he had been surrounded by robust health and vitality throughout his sheltered life. The sight of the sick man confronted Siddhartha with the reality that illness, like aging, was an inescapable part of life. Siddhartha's realization that even the healthiest, most vibrant individuals could fall victim to illness profoundly affected him. He saw that sickness was something that could strike anyone, regardless of their station in life or their material wealth. It was another form of suffering that no one could avoid. This experience deepened Siddhartha's growing sense that life was full of inevitable pain and hardship, and it further fueled his desire to understand why such suffering existed. He wondered if there was a way to live that could somehow transcend the suffering caused by sickness, and whether there was a path that could lead to true well-being. As Siddhartha continued on his journey, he encountered the third and most devastating sight: a corpse. The body of a man lay lifeless by the side of the road, surrounded by grieving family members. Siddhartha had never before seen death, and the sight of the corpse filled him with a profound sense of dread. Death, he realized, was the ultimate fate that awaited all beings. No one, not even kings and queens, could escape the certainty of death. In that moment, Siddhartha became acutely aware of the fragility of life. Everything he had previously known, his family, his possessions, his status, was subject to the inevitability of death. The encounter with death was a turning point for Siddhartha. It was not just the finality of death that troubled him, but the realization that all beings were caught in a cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death. Life, it seemed, was marked by suffering at every stage, and there was no escaping this reality. The knowledge that he too would one day die weighed heavily on his heart and mind. He began to question the very nature of existence and the meaning of life in a world where death was the final outcome. This encounter intensified Siddhartha's resolve to find a way to overcome the suffering that permeated life, and he knew that the answers he sought could not be found within the confines of the palace or the life of luxury he had known. However, amidst the sorrow and despair of witnessing old age, sickness, and death, Siddhartha encountered a fourth sight that gave him a glimmer of hope: the sight of a wandering ascetic. The ascetic, a man who had renounced the world in search of spiritual truth, appeared calm and serene despite his lack of material possessions. Unlike the other individuals Siddhartha had encountered, the ascetic seemed to have found a sense of inner peace that transcended the suffering of the world. He was not attached to the pleasures of life, nor was he troubled by the inevitability of aging, sickness, or death. Instead, he lived a life of simplicity, focused on spiritual practice and the search for enlightenment. This encounter with the ascetic was deeply inspiring for Siddhartha. For the first time, he saw a potential path forward, a way to rise above the suffering he had witnessed. The ascetic's renunciation of worldly pleasures and his dedication to the spiritual path offered Siddhartha a new perspective on how to live a meaningful life. The idea that one could find peace and liberation through spiritual practice resonated with him, and it sparked a desire to embark on his own journey of renunciation and spiritual seeking. Siddhartha realized that in order to truly understand the nature of suffering and find a way to transcend it, he would need to leave behind the life of luxury he had been living and devote himself to the pursuit of spiritual truth. The four sights, old age, sickness, death, and renunciation, had a profound impact on Siddhartha. They shattered the illusion of permanence and happiness that his sheltered life in the palace had created. These encounters awakened him to the universal nature of suffering, a reality that affected all beings regardless of their wealth, status, or power. For Siddhartha, this realization marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life. He could no longer turn a blind eye to the suffering of the world, nor could he continue living a life of comfort and pleasure, knowing that such suffering existed. As Siddhartha reflected on these sights, he came to the conclusion that the life he had been living, one focused on material wealth, power, and pleasure, was ultimately unsatisfactory. These things, he realized, could not provide true happiness or liberation from suffering. Instead, they were distractions that kept him from seeing the true nature of existence. The more he thought about it, the more Siddhartha understood that in order to find lasting peace and liberation, he would need to renounce the worldly attachments that had defined his life thus far. This understanding led Siddhartha to make a monumental decision: to leave behind his royal life and embark on a spiritual quest to discover the truth about suffering and the path to enlightenment. At the age of 29, Siddhartha made the difficult choice to leave his family, his wealth, and his position of power in order to seek the answers he so desperately needed. This act of renunciation, known as the Great Departure, was a pivotal moment in Siddhartha's life. It was not an easy decision. He was leaving behind his beloved wife, Yasodhara, and his young son, Rahula. But he knew that in order to find the truth and help others overcome suffering, he had to walk the path of renunciation and spiritual seeking. Siddhartha's departure from the palace was both literal and symbolic. By leaving behind the comforts and attachments of his royal life, he was also letting go of the illusions and distractions that had kept him from seeing the true nature of life. He understood that in order to achieve enlightenment, he would need to go beyond the surface level of existence and confront the deeper truths of aging, sickness, death, and suffering. This journey would not be an easy one, but Siddhartha was determined to find a way to overcome the suffering that plagued all beings. As Siddhartha set out on his spiritual journey, he adopted the life of an ascetic, living with only the bare necessities and devoting himself to meditation and contemplation. His goal was to understand the root causes of suffering and to find a path that could lead to liberation from the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Siddhartha studied with various spiritual teachers, practiced extreme austerities, and experimented with different forms of meditation in his quest for enlightenment. He was unwavering in his determination to find the truth, even though the path was difficult and often filled with doubt and hardship. Siddhartha's encounters with the four sights were transformative, not only for him personally, but for the entire history of spirituality. These experiences awakened him to the realities of life that he had been sheltered from for so long, and they set him on the path toward becoming the Buddha, the awakened one. His journey would lead him to profound insights about the nature of suffering, impermanence, and the self, and his teachings would go on to inspire millions of people around the world to seek liberation from suffering and to live with compassion and wisdom. After Siddhartha Gautama's life-changing encounters with the four sights, old age, sickness, death, and a wandering ascetic, he made the monumental decision to renounce his princely life and set off on a spiritual quest. This decision marked the beginning of his journey as a seeker of truth, a path that would ultimately lead him to enlightenment. Upon leaving the palace, Siddhartha was faced with the task of finding a way to overcome the suffering he had witnessed in the world. He knew that in order to understand the nature of suffering and discover a path to liberation, he needed to immerse himself in a life of spiritual practice, far removed from the comforts of his previous life. This was the beginning of his renunciation, the moment when he set aside his royal identity and entered into the life of an ascetic. Siddhartha's renunciation was not just about leaving behind material wealth and power, it was a profound internal shift as well. He recognized that the life he had been living, one focused on luxury and pleasure, was not a path that could lead to true happiness or lasting peace. Instead, he saw it as a distraction from the deeper truths of existence. By letting go of his attachment to wealth, status, and comfort, Siddhartha sought to free himself from the desires and attachments that bind human beings to suffering. This decision to embrace a life of simplicity and spiritual discipline was, in many ways, an act of courage and deep conviction. Siddhartha was willing to give up everything he had known in order to pursue the truth, even though the path ahead was uncertain and filled with challenges. Once he left the palace, Siddhartha began his journey as a wandering ascetic, living with only the barest necessities. He sought out teachers and spiritual guides, hoping to learn from their wisdom and practices. At this time, India was a land rich with spiritual traditions and teachers, many of whom were engaged in the pursuit of liberation through meditation, renunciation, and austerity. Siddhartha sought out some of the most renowned teachers of his time, eager to learn from them and discover a path to enlightenment. One of the first teachers Siddhartha studied with was Alara Kalama, a renowned meditation master who taught him the practice of deep concentration. Alara Kalama's teachings focused on the development of meditative absorption, or samadhi, which allows the mind to reach states of profound stillness and clarity. Under Alara's guidance, Siddhartha quickly mastered these techniques and achieved the highest levels of concentration. However, despite attaining these advanced states of meditative absorption, Siddhartha realized that they did not lead to the final liberation he sought. While the practice of concentration brought him temporary peace and bliss, it did not provide a solution to the fundamental problem of suffering. Siddhartha understood that although these meditative states were tranquil and profound, they were still impermanent, and they did not address the root causes of suffering. Recognizing that Alara Kalama's teachings, while valuable, were not sufficient to achieve complete liberation, Siddhartha sought out another teacher, Uddaka Ramaputta. Like Alara Kalama, Uddaka Ramaputta was a master of deep meditation and taught techniques that led to even more refined states of consciousness. Siddhartha diligently practiced these methods and once again attained the highest states that Uddaka Ramaputta had to offer. Yet as before, Siddhartha found that these states of deep concentration, while powerful, were not the ultimate solution to suffering. They allowed the mind to temporarily escape the turmoil of ordinary experience, but they did not lead to a lasting liberation from the cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death. Siddhartha's experiences with these two teachers were crucial in his understanding of the limitations of meditation practices that focus solely on concentration and absorption. While these practices brought temporary relief from suffering, they did not provide the deep insight necessary to uproot suffering at its core. Siddhartha realized that in order to find the liberation he sought, he needed to go beyond the techniques he had learned from his teachers. He needed to discover a path that addressed not only the mind's temporary states, but the fundamental truths of existence. With this realization, Siddhartha turned away from his teachers and began to experiment with even more extreme forms of asceticism. At the time, many spiritual seekers in India believed that liberation could only be attained through severe physical austerities. By denying the body's needs and inflicting hardship upon oneself, one could supposedly purify the mind and free it from attachment to the material world. Siddhartha, motivated by his determination to find the truth, embraced these practices with great intensity. He fasted for long periods, reducing his intake of food to a few grains of rice a day. He practiced extreme forms of breath control and exposed his body to the elements, enduring intense heat and cold without seeking shelter. Siddhartha's commitment to these austerities was so extreme that he brought himself to the brink of death. His body became emaciated, and he was physically weakened to the point where he could barely stand. Yet despite his willingness to endure such severe hardship, Siddhartha did not find the liberation he was seeking. Instead, he found that these extreme practices only led to further suffering. His body was weakened, his mind was clouded by physical pain, and he was no closer to understanding the root causes of suffering than he had been before. This realization was a turning point for Siddhartha. He understood that the path to liberation could not be found through either indulgence in pleasure or extreme self-mortification. Both paths, he realized, were extremes that distracted the mind from the true nature of reality. This insight led Siddhartha to discover what he would later call the middle way, a path of moderation that avoids both the extremes of indulgence and self-denial. The middle way recognizes that the body and mind are interconnected, and that in order to achieve spiritual liberation, both must be cared for and balanced. Siddhartha realized that in order to attain enlightenment, he needed to abandon the extreme practices of asceticism and instead cultivate a balanced approach to spiritual practice, one that included physical nourishment, mental clarity, and deep insight into the nature of existence. After abandoning the extreme austerities, Siddhartha accepted food from a young woman named Sujata, who offered him a bowl of rice milk. This simple act of nourishment helped Siddhartha regain his strength and provided him with the physical sustenance he needed to continue his journey. It was a symbolic moment, as it marked Siddhartha's decision to leave behind the extremes of asceticism and embrace the middle way. With his body replenished and his mind clear, Siddhartha felt ready to enter into a period of deep meditation and contemplation. Siddhartha's decision to follow the middle way eventually led him to the Bodhi tree, located in what is now Bodh Gaya, India. It was beneath this tree that Siddhartha would finally achieve the enlightenment he had been seeking. After sitting in meditation for many hours, Siddhartha entered a state of profound concentration and insight. Throughout the night, he experienced a series of deep realizations that revealed the fundamental truths of existence. He saw clearly the nature of suffering, its causes, and the path to its cessation. One of Siddhartha's key insights during this period of meditation was the understanding of impermanence, or anicca. He realized that all phenomena, whether physical or mental, are in a constant state of change. Nothing remains fixed or permanent, and clinging to anything, whether it is a thought, feeling, possession, or relationship, leads to suffering. This insight into the impermanence of all things helped Siddhartha to let go of his attachment to the self and to the material world. He understood that by grasping at impermanent things, human beings create suffering for themselves as they are constantly seeking to hold on to things that are bound to change and disappear. Another key insight that Siddhartha experienced under the Bodhi tree was the realization of dependent origination, or pratitya samutpada. This teaching explains how all things arise in dependence on other conditions. In other words, nothing exists in isolation. Everything is interconnected, and all phenomena arise due to a web of causes and conditions. Siddhartha understood that suffering itself is dependent on certain conditions, and by understanding and eliminating these conditions, suffering can be overcome. This insight was crucial in Siddhartha's understanding of the causes of suffering and the path to liberation. Perhaps the most important realization Siddhartha had during his meditation was the understanding of the Four Noble Truths, the central teachings that would become the foundation of Buddhism. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, dukkha. Siddhartha saw that suffering is an inherent part of life and that it manifests in many forms, from physical pain to emotional distress to the existential suffering caused by the impermanence of all things. The second noble truth is the cause of suffering, which Siddhartha identified as craving or attachment. Human beings suffer because they cling to things that are impermanent and constantly seek to fulfill desires that can never be fully satisfied. The third noble truth is the cessation of suffering, or nirvana. Siddhartha realized that it is possible to overcome suffering by letting go of attachment and craving. When one frees the mind from clinging, suffering comes to an end and one experiences the peace of liberation. The fourth noble truth is the path to the cessation of suffering, which is the noble eightfold path. This path includes ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, and it provides a practical framework for achieving enlightenment and living a life free from suffering. Through these profound insights, Siddhartha attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, the awakened one. He had finally found the answers he had been seeking since his early encounters with old age, sickness, and death. He understood the nature of suffering and the path to liberation, and he was filled with a sense of deep peace and clarity. Siddhartha's journey had taken him from the sheltered life of a prince to the extreme austerities of an ascetic, and finally to the discovery of the middle way and the attainment of enlightenment. His teachings would go on to inspire countless others to follow the path of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, and to seek liberation from the suffering that is an inherent part of human existence. After his enlightenment, the Buddha spent the rest of his life sharing the insights he had gained with others, helping them to understand the nature of suffering and to find a way to overcome it. His teachings have endured for over 2,500 years, and they continue to guide people around the world in their quest for inner peace, happiness, and liberation. The Buddha's journey serves as a timeless reminder that true happiness and freedom can only be found by looking within, and that the path to enlightenment is open to all who seek it with sincerity and determination. After attaining enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha Gautama, now known as the Buddha, became fully awakened to the nature of existence. The experience of enlightenment was not just a personal achievement for the Buddha, but a profound realization of universal truths that would shape the rest of his life. He had discovered the path to liberation from suffering, a path that was not only for himself, but for all beings. The deep insights he gained about the nature of suffering, the causes of suffering, and the way to overcome suffering would form the foundation of his teachings, which he would spend the next 45 years of his life sharing with others. The Buddha's enlightenment was marked by his understanding of the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, which became the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy and practice. These truths offered a clear framework for understanding human suffering and provided practical guidance on how to live a life that leads to peace, wisdom, and freedom. The Buddha's teachings were revolutionary because they offered a path to liberation that was accessible to all, regardless of caste, wealth, or social status. His message was universal, rooted in compassion and the recognition that all beings, no matter their circumstances, were subject to the same cycle of suffering, and that all had the potential to break free from it. The Buddha's first teaching after his enlightenment took place in a deer park in Sarnath, near the city of Varanasi. This teaching is known as the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, or the setting in motion the wheel of Dharma. Here, the Buddha shared the Four Noble Truths with his first 5 disciples who had previously practiced asceticism with him. The Four Noble Truths are the essence of the Buddha's realization and provide a simple yet profound explanation of the human condition. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, known as dukkha. The Buddha taught that life, as we experience it, is full of suffering. This suffering comes in many forms: physical pain, emotional distress, and the deeper existential suffering caused by the impermanence of all things. Even the moments of pleasure and happiness we experience are tinged with suffering because they are fleeting and cannot be sustained. The Buddha's insight into suffering was not a pessimistic view of life, but a realistic one. He saw that suffering is an inherent part of the human condition, and that the key to overcoming it is to understand its nature fully. The second noble truth is the cause of suffering, which the Buddha identified as tanha, or craving. Human beings suffer because they cling to things that are impermanent and constantly desire more, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or experiences. This craving is rooted in ignorance of the true nature of reality. We believe that by satisfying our desires, we can achieve lasting happiness, but the Buddha realized that this is an illusion. The more we crave, the more we suffer because we are constantly trying to hold on to things that are bound to change or disappear. This insight into the nature of craving is central to the Buddha's teachings, as it reveals the fundamental cause of suffering and points to the need for letting go of attachment. The third noble truth is the cessation of suffering, or nirvana. The Buddha taught that it is possible to overcome suffering by extinguishing the flame of craving and attachment. When we let go of our clinging to things that are impermanent, we free ourselves from the cycle of suffering. Nirvana is not a place or a state of bliss that exists somewhere outside of us. Rather, it is a profound inner peace and freedom that arises when the mind is liberated from the forces of desire, ignorance, and attachment. The Buddha's enlightenment was the realization of nirvana, and he taught that all beings have the potential to achieve this same state of liberation. The fourth noble truth is the path to the cessation of suffering, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. This path provides practical guidance on how to live a life that leads to the end of suffering and the attainment of enlightenment. The Noble Eightfold Path is divided into three categories: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It includes right understanding, right intention, right speech action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Each of these aspects of the path is interconnected and supports the development of wisdom, ethical behavior, and mental clarity. The Buddha's teaching of the Four Noble Truths was a groundbreaking moment in the history of spiritual thought. It offered a clear and practical method for overcoming suffering, and it provided a framework for living a life of wisdom, compassion, and peace. The Buddha's first 5 disciples, who had once doubted his new approach after he abandoned extreme asceticism, were so moved by his teachings that they became his first followers, forming the foundation of what would become the Buddhist Sangha, or community of monks. Following this initial teaching, the Buddha continued to travel and teach for the rest of his life, sharing his insights with people from all walks of life. He did not limit his teachings to the wealthy or the educated, but welcomed everyone, rich or poor, kings and beggars, men and women, into his community of followers. His message was one of inclusion and compassion, recognizing the inherent dignity and potential for awakening in all beings. The Buddha's ability to communicate complex philosophical ideas in a way that was accessible to people from all backgrounds helped to spread his teachings far and wide. As the Buddha's following grew, so did the Sangha. The community of monks and nuns became an important institution in early Buddhist society. Monastic life was seen as a way to fully devote oneself to the practice of the Dharma, free from the distractions of worldly life. The Buddha established a set of ethical guidelines for monastic life, known as the Vinaya, which emphasized simplicity, non-attachment, and ethical conduct. The Sangha provided a supportive environment where monks and nuns could deepen their meditation practice and study the teachings of the Buddha. However, the Buddha's teachings were not just for monks and nuns. He also emphasized the importance of lay practice, encouraging ordinary people to live by the principles of the Dharma in their everyday lives. The Buddha taught that one did not need to renounce the world or become a monk to follow the path to liberation. Instead, he emphasized the importance of cultivating mindfulness, ethical behavior, and compassion in whatever circumstances one found themselves. Lay practitioners were encouraged to follow the 5 precepts, which are guidelines for ethical living: refraining from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and the use of intoxicants. By living in accordance with these precepts, lay people could create the conditions for peace and happiness in their own lives and in their communities. Throughout his life, the Buddha demonstrated a remarkable capacity for compassion and understanding. He saw clearly that suffering was a universal experience and that all beings, regardless of their background or circumstances, had the potential to overcome it. The Buddha's teachings emphasized the importance of karuna, or compassion, as a central aspect of the spiritual path. Compassion, he taught, arises naturally when we realize that all beings are interconnected and that we are all subject to the same experiences of pain, loss, and impermanence. The Buddha's own life was a testament to this compassion, as he spent decades tirelessly teaching and guiding others on the path to liberation. The Buddha's compassion extended not only to human beings, but to all living creatures. He taught that all sentient beings, whether human, animal, or otherwise, deserved to be treated with kindness and respect. This teaching of non-harming, or ahimsa, became a central tenet of Buddhist ethics and influenced the way the Buddha's followers lived their lives. Monks and nuns, for example, were taught to avoid harming even the smallest insects. And lay practitioners were encouraged to cultivate a sense of kindness and respect for all forms of life. The Buddha's teachings on compassion and non-harming have had a lasting impact on the development of Buddhist ethics and continue to inspire people today to live more mindfully and compassionately. In addition to compassion, the Buddha emphasized the importance of wisdom as a key component of the spiritual path. Wisdom in the Buddhist context is not just intellectual knowledge, but a deep understanding of the true nature of reality. The Buddha taught that ignorance, or avidya, is the root cause of suffering because it causes us to see the world through the lens of delusion. We cling to things that are impermanent, believe in a separate, independent self, and fail to recognize the interconnectedness of all phenomena. Through the practice of mindfulness and meditation, the Buddha taught, we can begin to see through these delusions and develop the wisdom that leads to liberation. And one of the most important aspects of the Buddha's teachings on wisdom is the understanding of anatta, or non-self. The Buddha realized that the self, as we commonly conceive of it, is an illusion. Rather than being a fixed, permanent entity, the self is actually a collection of changing physical and mental processes that arise and pass away depending on conditions. This insight into the nature of selflessness was one of the Buddha's most profound realizations, and it is central to Buddhist philosophy. By letting go of the attachment to the self, the Buddha taught, we can free ourselves from the endless cycle of desire, aversion, and suffering. The Buddha's teachings on non-self and impermanence were not meant to be abstract philosophical concepts, but practical insights that could be applied to everyday life. He encouraged his followers to investigate these truths for themselves through meditation and mindfulness. By observing the impermanence of thoughts, emotions, and sensations in our own experience, we can begin to loosen our attachment to the things we mistakenly believe will bring us lasting happiness. This practice of mindful observation leads to the development of vipassana, or insight, which allows us to see reality as it truly is. The Buddha's teachings on the nature of the mind, suffering, and the path to liberation continue to resonate with people around the world. His insights into the causes of suffering and the way to overcome it are as relevant today as they were over 2,500 years ago. The Buddha's life and teachings serve as a reminder that the path to peace and freedom is not found in material wealth or external success, but in the cultivation of wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. His message is one of hope and empowerment, encouraging all beings to take responsibility for their own happiness and to walk the path to enlightenment with confidence and determination. Throughout his lifetime, the Buddha left an indelible mark on the spiritual landscape of the world. His teachings, based on universal truths and the compassionate desire to alleviate suffering, continue to inspire and guide countless individuals in their quest for meaning, peace, and liberation. The Buddha's path was not just for monks or those who renounced the world, but for anyone willing to cultivate mindfulness, ethical conduct, and wisdom. His life serves as a testament to the transformative power of spiritual practice and the possibility of awakening to a deeper truth that transcends suffering and brings true freedom. Siddhartha Gautama's journey from prince to Buddha is a timeless reminder of the power of compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness. His teachings continue to guide millions in the pursuit of peace and liberation from suffering. By following the path he laid out, we too can cultivate inner peace and lead lives filled with purpose, compassion, and clarity. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the Buddha's profound legacy.